Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Pain Points webinar series. My name is Josh Lockheed, training evangelist here at QuoteWerks. Our goal with this series is to dive into some common business challenges that businesses face when creating quotes and proposals. And today's topic is spending too much time looking up and gathering prices from vendors. We know that your time is valuable, so these webinars are typically fairly short, under 30 minutes. We want you to be able to apply these solutions right away, and we want these webinars to be as quick and easy as your quoting process is or will be. So with every webinar, we go through an agenda, and what we do here is go through the pain points that we are discussing. We then look at how QuoteWerks provides solutions to those pain points. We then do a live demo and then dive into some questions and answers. Now, I do want to encourage you to ask questions throughout the webinar. I will circle back to any questions I'm not able to address during the course of the webinar. And if there's any questions that we're not able to get to while we're here today, you can always email community@quoteworks.com. Additionally, our webinars are recorded, so you will receive a recording of the webinar and a follow-up email within 24 to 48 hours after the event here. Now, the recordings themselves are also placed on our YouTube channel and on our videos page. And if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube video, I certainly suggest that you do so. And likewise, we've got a number of different social media accounts that we'd love for you to connect with us on, as we're constantly putting out new information out there. And you also get notified if you subscribe to YouTube to any new videos that we post. Now, in today's quick webinar, we'll be covering the pain point again, which is spending too much time looking up and gathering prices from vendors. And in the world of MSPs and VARs, this is one of the bigger, if not the biggest, pain point. So the pain point here is you're spending hours going from website to website to search for items and the best prices and checking stock. Customers end up taking a look online and price checking you with consumer sources like Amazon, Dell, or CDW. Items can be out of stock for a week or two or more, and then you have to search all over again with multiple vendors. So certainly not an ideal situation. And then finally, you have to retype that information from your chosen vendor, cropping pictures, adding other pertinent information to the quote, and that can be a lot of double effort. So the question becomes, how does QuoteWerks help alleviate these pain points? Well, the QuoteWerks real-time module offers several real-time integrations, including a tax rate lookup service for US postal codes, FedEx and UPS shipping rate service, and real-time leasing rates. But most importantly, and relative to today's topic, it offers real-time pricing and warehouse availability with many IT and AV distributors. So we integrate with over 15 different distributors and vendors, as listed on the screen here. Some of the notable ones are Amazon Business, Dell, Ingram Micro, TD SYNNEX, D&H, and as you see, many more. With that, we also offer the product content subscription, which works with the real-time module. So you no longer have to download and import product files from your major distributors. No need to manage those price lists. You can easily get customer-friendly descriptions, product pictures, spec sheets, and more. And you can easily find new parts. As I mentioned, you can compare your prices against consumer prices actually within the QuoteWerks app. So that includes CDW, Dell, Amazon, and Staples. So you can actually see what those consumer pricing might look like to the customer if they go on one of those websites. What's also great is you can get recommended accessories, you can get similar items, upsell items, and help you generate more revenue by attaching those to your existing sales. And furthermore, we have direct business, Amazon business integrations, and this is definitely a big thing. It's a lot of times Amazon beats the vendor prices, so this is really helpful. And if you do have an Amazon business account, it's great to input it in there and see what that pricing might look like as compared to your distributors. And then finally, there's a matrix style product comparison that allows you to get side-by-side comparison view of up to 15 different items. So you can actually get pricing on 15 items all at once, remove anything that has no stock or that has $0 figure, and that's all done with a couple of clicks. So as explained, the real-time module product content subscription can definitely make the vendor sourcing process a lot faster and a lot easier. You'll be able to compare prices within QuoteWerks in just a few minutes. So that being said, we're going to now hop into a quick review of the product content subscription, and Etilize, and we will go through how you can utilize that to address the pain point that we're discussing today. So to do so, I'm going to open up my QuoteWerks desktop instance here. And I'm going to start a new document. So the first thing that you want to do when you're creating a new document, and although it's not related to our topic today, it's going to come into play later, is you want to add a sold to contact. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in a contact from my CRM system. And I happen to know ABC Computers is in there, so I'm going to go ahead and put them as my sold to contact. And then what I want to do here as well is I know that I want to quote out a couple different laptop options to my customer. So I'm going to break out this into a couple different section headers. So I'm going to insert some section headers. First, I'm going to do products. Then I'll do a warranty I know I want to include here. And then we're also going to include some optional items. And you can see I'm entering those section headers just by right-clicking on the line and then going to insert section header. So again, these are going to be optional items. All right. So now that we've got our template, for lack of a better word, created here, we're now going to go ahead and start populating our document with some products from our distributors. And the way we do that is by going to the products icon here, and it's going to open for us the product lookup window. So the product lookup window is a great tool, regardless of which sourcing method you use. As you can see along the left-hand side of the window, we have a number of different data sources listed. I actually have Etilize connected, as we'll be talking about that in length today. But I also have other product data sources from CRMs and PSAs that I have connected to QuoteWerks. And then you'll see I also have a number of other native product lists here in QuoteWerks. So there's a number of different ways that you can add products to your quotes. And the one that we're going to be talking about today, again, is Etilize. So here we are in the Etilize window. And the first step in finding products is going to be using the search for bar that we have here. And you can search by description, manufacturer part number, vendor part number, or really however you want to search for it. And there's a couple tools that we have here that are going to make things a little bit easier for you. The first one, and this is really across a number of different domains within QuoteWerks, is the F2 lookup feature. So this is the ability to create pick lists for you to be able to easily insert values into different fields. And in this case, if we click on search for and hit F2, it's going to pop up the F2 lookup window where I've got a couple of saved entries here. You can see the value that I have is, in this case, just part numbers. And then I've put a description next to them as to what they actually are. So if I wanted to search for one of these items, something I'm quoting on a regular basis, all I have to do is go in there, F2, select replace, and it will insert the value into the search for field. Now, additionally, there is a drop down here. So if there are different terms that you're searching for on a regular basis, you can go back and easily find those terms that you've used in the past. And then below the search for field, there's two different things that we're able to select. First is to limit to my distributors. So this is going to limit it to just the distributors that you work with. And then in stock recently is a great tool because this is going to filter out any of the parts that are not in stock within the last 24 hours with the different distributors that you work with. So definitely great if you're looking to quote out to customers and really just want to know what's in stock and not even have to worry about any availability issues. So we're going to go ahead and start our search. As I mentioned, I wanted to search for a laptop option for my customer. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Lenovo laptop and hit find. So what this is doing, it's going through the Etilize database and it's finding products that match my search terms. And you can see here that we've got a number of different terms or query examples that have come out here that are related to Lenovo laptops. This is only a small portion of the options found. You can see at the bottom here, we've got almost 24 different options based on our query and 32 excluded because of our filters there. But we can actually drill down a lot more using the filters along the left side here. And what I'm going to use is product family. And I happen to know that I want to quote out a ThinkPad. And we'll go ahead and go with the T14 Gen 5 as our first option here. Now, when we get into our results here, you'll see that we have our manufacturer part number, manufacturer, description, category, and then under Etilize distributors, it's going to show us the distributors that carry this product. And the checkbox over here indicates that all of these products have had recent stock, which is great because we want to make sure that we're going to be quoting out products that are readily deliverable from our distributors. Now, you'll notice when I do click on a particular product that this bottom area opened up, and this is the product sourcing panel within the Etilize. What this does is it gives us the ability to get that real-time pricing, that real-time availability directly from our distributors, and then make an informed decision as to which distributor we might want to source from. So in this case, there's two different options that we have to retrieve that real-time pricing. One is to just click on the lightning bolt. The other would be to click on auto retrieve real time, in which case anytime we make a selection, it's going to go out and retrieve that real time. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the lightning bolt here, and you'll see that the lightning bolt gives us that availability and pricing. And you can see that D&H has the lowest cost. It does have stock as well. It does display for us the vendor part numbers, and this is an important piece because our unique identifier with Etilize is going to be the manufacturer part number. But as you can see here, each of our distributors may have a different part number that they've assigned based on their vendor association. What's awesome about this particular pane is not only the fact that you're seeing the pricing, not only are you seeing the availability, but you're going to see the availability by warehouse. And you're also going to see if there's more on order to be delivered to the warehouse as well. So again, you can make a relatively informed decision as to whether or not this is a particular product that you want to put out there and quote for your customers. Now, as I did mention, you can also see your retail pricing from consumer websites like CDW, Dell, Amazon, and that can be done by clicking on this globe icon or by checking this checkbox, and it'll pull that consumer pricing anytime that you pull in a product or open the product sourcing panel. And you can see when we clicked on that globe icon, we actually are able to pull again from Amazon CW and Amazon Business. And in the case, Amazon Business actually does have the lowest price. So, it's good to see exactly what options there are out there. And in the case of you want to actually view this on the distributor or vendor's website, all you have to do is click on this website button, and it will pull up for you that product in the website. So you're going to not only see the pictures, the descriptions, but you're able to come down and actually look at the individual tech specs. But even greater than that, you don't actually have to leave QuoteWerks to go and view that information, as there's other places where you can view that directly from this panel. So what I'm going to do first here is in this case, I'm actually going to source it through D&H. Even though they don't have the lowest cost. Remember, Amazon Business did, because we do have free shipping minimums, and we can certainly meet that by adding this to our ordering. So I'm going to go ahead and either double click on the distributor or hit select add, and what that's going to do, it's going to add that particular product to our quote. This is the add-on assistant. I have the ability to change quantities, change the price modifiers, also look up price history for the product. But I'm going to go ahead and just plop this down in my products section. And you can see when I hit add, that product did get added under the products header here on the quote. Now, in addition to the product sourcing panel, you'll see a couple other tabs that are down here. The first one is going to be the accessories tab. And this is a great tab for you to look at, particularly when you're selling a product that has a lot of different additional sales opportunity. So in this case, you're selling a laptop. There's over 521 different accessories for this particular laptop that you can search for and drill down into the individual categories to find something that you know is going to be compatible with this laptop. Now, depending on the product that you have as well, It's important to know that there are potential times when there's going to be similar items and upsell item tabs here along the bottom. Similar items are going to be items with similar specifications and pricing. Upsell items are going to be items with enhanced features and higher pricing. So this gives you the opportunity to very quickly find other options for your customer, whether it be a one-to-one replacement or potentially an upsell. So for this particular product, it's not showing those two tabs, but those are available on many of the products in the Etilize database. The other tab that we have here is the spec sheet tab. So as we just went and took a look at our vendor website, it had all this information, but you can see that we can actually go and view all that information directly within the product sourcing panel and even add the link to that to our document as well. So one other thing I want to show you here on this page is the compare feature. And the compare feature allows you to compare multiple different products all at once. So if I hit compare here, it's going to bring me into the comparison window, as you can see here. And the comparison window is going to show me a list of all those different product specifications. And it's going to give us the ability to also show differences between the different products that we're comparing and a couple of other things that I'll show you in just a few minutes. But I wanted to just note the fact that there is that compare button there that can be used to add products to comparison. All right. What I'm going to do now is search for another laptop because I, again, want to provide options to this customer. So I'm going to remove the filter that I had for the ThinkPad T14S Gen 5s. Let's find another ThinkPad that we want to include in this quote. So I'm going to come down and scroll to the product family ThinkPad. And in this case, let's say we're going to quote out a T16 as well. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And we'll auto retrieve our pricing. Actually, I want to find something that's generally around the same price. You can see we're looking around $16.49 list, $17.79. That's close enough. Let's go ahead with that one. So before we move forward, I just want to check the pricing that I actually get from my distributors. And in this case, it looks like D&H has the lowest price. They also have availability. And you can see here that they even have some more order for July 28th. So that's a good opportunity, though, to take a note. If you come in here and you see that there's no stock, that availability or that order note is a great opportunity for you to go and see how long am I actually going to have to wait for this product if it isn't currently in stock. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to my quote as another option for the customer. Again, using the Add Item Assistant, I'll put this in our products section. So that's getting added there. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add this to our comparison window as well. So now you can see we've actually got two different options here. We've got our ThinkPad T16, our ThinkPad T14. And what I'm going to do here is now talk a little bit more about what this comparison window does. So when we had just one product before, you didn't see that the highlight was happening, but now you can see that each of the fields within this document that has different values are going to be highlighted. And also, we could also come and get our pricing and availability and view pricing and availability all from the same screen. If there were zero availability or zero cost items, we could also remove them from here. And we could remove all directly from here as well. So again, you can look at up to 15 different items at once in the comparison window, and you can view all of their pricing and availability all in one single pane of glass, helping you to pretty quickly make some decisions as to which item you might want to quote to the customer. Another really cool thing, just like the spec sheets, is we have the ability to add this comparison window to our document as well that we're sharing with the customers. And you can do that with Add PDF to Links tab. And you can see here is just a notification that this has been added to our Links tab on the quote workbook. And we'll show you how that works in just a few minutes here. Now, I do want to add a couple more items, and to do so, I want to show you how we can use a couple different pieces of the puzzle here within Etilize. And the one I want to highlight now is my favorites. So I actually have a couple different options here under Etilize. Workspace is going to be just products that you're using now during your session. They do clear out after your session is expired. But if you wanted something to persist, you could use public favorites or my favorites. My favorites are specific to me, the individual that's using the software. Public favorites would be available to anyone that is using the same install of QuoteWerks. So very easy. If we wanted to add something to our favorites, just come in, right click, associate selected Etilize item with an Etilize favorites folder. In this case, we'll add it to my favorites. And you can see now the T16 Gen 3 is an entry here in the My Favorites folder. So again, it gives you the ability to just save products that you're going to be potentially quoting a lot down the line, and give you the ability to just quickly and easily access those as well. Now, I actually have some items in my favorite list that I want to use on the quote already. So I have a wireless mouse, which I'm getting my pricing for now. Looks like TD SYNNEX has the best price. Go ahead and add that to our quote. Now this is going to be an optional item. So put that under our optional items section. And we'll do the same thing for our carrying case. We'll check to see what the pricing is and who has the best pricing and availability. Looks like that's Ingram Micro. And then we will add this to our quote, either double clicking on the distributor or clicking on select/add. Again, going into our optional items section and hitting add. So that is how you would add an item to your favorites and use items that come out of your favorites. Now, I did talk about one thing earlier, which was the F2 lookup. I'm going to show you that in action here. I'm going to hit F2 lookup. And what I've got here is, again, just a couple entries. I happen to know I want to include a Lenovo warranty on this, so I'm going to hit select replace and hit find. Now, one quick note about these types of products, or in this case, warranties, services, things that aren't physical products. You might have some trouble finding them if you have the in stock recently selected, because they're not oftentimes reflected as stock because they're not physical products. So I'm going to go ahead and deselect in stock recently, hit find again, and it's actually going to pop up here for me. So that's just a quick little note. If you're searching for a warranty, a service, something that is not a physical product, and you're not able to find it, just double check to make sure in stock recently is deselected, and you'll likely be able to find it. I'm going to yet again retrieve my real-time pricing. In this case, Ingram Micro again has the best price, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. And in this case, I'm going to add it to our warranty section. So here we go. So now you can see that we've got a fully baked quote here to some extent. There's a couple of additional things we're going to want to do, but what we have in our quote workbook are our laptop options, our warranty, and our optional items. Now, what's great about the quote workbook is if you wanted to open the product sourcing panel for any of these products, you can easily just click on the product sourcing icon, and that will open that up for you. Additionally, here we have the ability to look at the different product descriptions as well. So if we were to actually go and click on that product sourcing panel, you'll see item detail here at the bottom. And we could toggle between the different descriptions that are available for that particular product. And if we want to use, let's say, this particular description instead of the longer form one, we can easily hit update, and it'll update that description for us. So really cool way to add some customization and change the way that you're displaying things to your customers. Now, another thing I'll just point out here is you do have the ability to adjust pictures on different products. So if you come and click on a product and click on the picture icon here, you can select a picture, remove a picture, and even add videos to your QuoteValet delivery as well. Now, I am going to deliver this through QuoteValet, and what I want to do is actually toggle some of these items to be optional for the customer. So I'm going to first go to my optional items and click on both of those, right click, and in this case I'm editing the line attributes. Alternatively, I could just click on this A icon and it's going to open the line attributes window. And again, I just want to make these optional and I want them to be selected by default. So what that means is they're going to be selected by default in the quote, but the customer has the ability to go in and select or deselect these. They don't have to make a selection, but both are optional for them. The other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to make our laptop options optional as well. But in this case, what I'm going to do is make them a part of an exclusive group. And that's going to make sure that our customer chooses at least one option, but no more than one option. So they have to make a selection, but they can't make a double selection. They can't select both of them. So that's what an exclusive group is. And then another thing that we have here, I'm going to turn it on for these as well, is just the ability to change the quantities. So the customer can go in and adjust quantities as well. So we went ahead and did that. And now let's go ahead and just upload this to QuoteValet. And the way we would do that is by going to Deliver, selecting our layout. We can also go to our Links tab, where we have our product comparison saved, and we can add that to our document if we'd like, which I'm going to do. So if we were to preview this, you'll see that we have our quote, and then we also have our product comparison that's been appended to the bottom. We go back to our Deliver window, and this time we're going to go ahead and upload to QuoteValet. It's going to prompt us to save the document, which I will do here. And there's a couple different options we have when we're uploading to QuoteValet. We have signing options and reminder options if we'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and upload those up. And once this is uploaded to our QuoteValet server, we can preview what the customer would see. So here we've got our prepared for or prepared by information. I've got a video that I've uploaded to QuoteValet to be included in all quotes. We've got a link to our PDF document here, and then you can see we've got our products and different selection options based on what we set. So here we've got our exclusive group. We can only select one, but we can't select any less than one. We have our quantity change options here. So if we wanted to change the quantities, we can do so based on us setting that up in line attributes. And then down here for our other items, these are not an exclusive group, meaning that we can select or deselect any of them. And the great thing is, as these selections are made, our totals are updated here as well. So if a customer is ready to move forward, all they would have to do is choose their payment option, agree to the terms and conditions, which are actually agreeing to the terms and conditions in the PDF attachment as well. And then they would come in, enter a PO number, comments if needed, and then we've got our signature. So Click Take Step would give them the ability to make payment. We have integrations with over 80 different payment gateways. So QuoteValet is a great tool to be used in conjunction with Etilize and the product content subscription. So I just wanted to show that as kind of rounds out us going from the beginning part, so searching for those products, finding those products, to the actually delivery of it to the customer. So there was a question that came in that asked, is there an ability for the customer to attach their PO? There is. So the upload area gives the customer the ability to upload directly here. So let's say they are paying with a PO. They could put their PO number in here just as reference. And then down here in the uploads area, they can select file to upload and upload those there. So Kitty, I hope that answers your question. I think it probably does. With that being said, wanted to keep this under 30 minutes. We're getting right up to the 30-minute mark. So with that, I just want to thank everyone for joining, and note that we have free trials available, number of different videos and help documentation on our website. We have these webinars, typically 3 to 4 a month. Love to see you in the future ones. I know I've got two next week, actually, one on the configurator and one on product price maintenance. A little bit different than the focus of today. And then we've got tips and tricks email. So if you have any interest in receiving monthly emails with highlighting different features in the QuoteWerks product, we can certainly sign up for that by going to tips and tricks on the QuoteWerks website. And then as always, we've got our services, and generally our people here that are always happy and willing to help in any way they can. So today's pain point topic is spending too much time looking up and gathering prices from vendors. I think you could probably see based on the presentation that QuoteWerks makes it easy for you to do with your distributors. And I want to thank again everyone for your time. I'm taking a look at the questions box. I don't see any other questions, so we'll call it a day for today and hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.